Let's just make sure we are audible. Alright, we are audible. Let's get this posted in the Discord. And we will wait until people start coming in. I don't know how many people are gonna even be here. Because I don't even know how many people care about me even playing this fucking game anymore. I will post it to Discord. And we will wait a couple minutes. I have no idea what I'm gonna say. If you think I know what I'm about to say right now about this, I have no idea. So we will formulate in. Oh, he's OP. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's great. No, I'm sure he's great. Even if he's good, we will talk about what his future is. Even if he's good, because I've officially we're gonna get into everything, bro. Before I don't even know how much we're gonna play today, because I really just want to give you guys an update on what's going on with not even with me, just kind of my feelings on this shit game. Because this is another chapter I skip. We're starting to skip more and more of this fucking shit. So we will just kind of wait a couple minutes before we'll get people. I'm gonna go grab a water because I'm probably gonna fucking need it. I'll wait until a few people kind of stream in here. Morning, Mr. Molerat. Water. Oh wow. All right, we got a few more people in here. Son Stabby's in the building, bruh. Son Stabby's in the building. We'll wait a couple more minutes here. Let's go ahead and buy this shit. Springtrap's power already got leaked, so it's spring crap. Very sad that they didn't do it the right way. Oh, stop screaming. God. Stop screaming, you anime filth. That's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I'm gonna get into the discussion of that, because power's not bad on paper. We're gonna go over killer history, bro. We're gonna get into everything. I'm just waiting. I'm giving everybody a couple more. I'm just getting everybody a couple more chances to kind of show up. Randoms in the building. Randoms in the building. We can definitely get started now. I have no idea what I'm gonna say. I didn't even know I was streaming until I realized I had time. I'm actually giving up a writing session to be here, so you can thank Rosie for giving up his craft to come spend time with my friends. Yeah. I want to get into my thoughts on this game because I haven't been here. I think Lars has kind of been making more content. I guess he's filling the Rosie hole. Rosie filled the Rosie hole in his life with himself, which that's fine. That's fine, bro. But I just want to talk about this game for a little bit, bro. Dead by Daylight is dead. It's over, guys. It's over. This game is over. It doesn't matter what comes out. It doesn't matter. The game is dead. It doesn't matter how many people still play it. The game is dead. Dead by Daylight died the second Patrick walked out the door. The second Patrick walked out the door, the game died with him. That day. The day that the healing changes were reverted and did not get in is the day Dead by Daylight died. That is the day when the MMR system died. The game is now in the hands. This is the real problem. The game is now in the hands more than ever before in history. This guy is screaming. I can't do this, guys. Give me Michael Myers so he shuts the fuck up. The game, it does, no matter what comes out, it doesn't change the fact that the game is now in the hands of the casual survivor. Again, more than any point in history, the game is in the hands of the casual survivor. That is why it's dead. The game is, like, it is incredible how much worse the game is now than it was during rank-based matchmaking. Because at least during rank-based matchmaking, you were given a bone every now and again. They would fix one thing a year for you. They don't fix anything for you anymore. When is the last time you got a buff? A relevant buff. When is the last time that happened? When is the last time you were given a relevant change to the base kit that helped you out in the 4v1 deal with Survive with Friends? Never. Look at the patch notes that you've gotten. I haven't been. Look at the patch notes that you've gotten for like the past year. You've gotten nothing. You've gotten fucking nothing. You've gotten nothing. Well, we're gonna play the fucking Tokyo Ghoul. We're gonna play Mr. 10 from Barbie. We're gonna try him out. I'm not gonna be good with them because I'm on console and I don't play anymore. But I'm gonna fuck around and just kind of see what he can do and try to analyze for a higher level. But I'm talking about the game, bro. I'm asking a question. When is the last time you got a relevant 4v1 buff? Every change that comes out for the base kit of this game is a slap in the fucking face to you. Doki's in the building, bruh. You get nothing. It's like John Cena on Raw screaming, you get nothing. That's what you get. You've gotten no fucking changes that will help you out in the base kit. We're gonna deal with the killer powers in a second. It's a thing we've been touching on our last stream. We actually touched on this. But I'm talking about just core patch notes, core base kit mechanics, core everything. You've gotten absolutely nothing. You've gotten nothing. The strength of the killer on release is nothing if the game isn't changing. Yes, the game is not changing and it's going in a massively horrendous direction. This July, you're getting nerfed again. Camping and tunneling are being nerfed again. They have base kit bitch meter. They have fucking off the record, which has needed nerfed for years. They have decisive strike, which is a good perk again. That has killed tunneling. They have fucking shoulder the burden, which in Swift is fucking stupid and it can't be beaten. If you have if you have a Swift that brings even 2 copies of Shoulder the Burden and uses it right, tunneling is dead. If you're playing good teams, your win condition already doesn't exist, and they're nerfing it again. They're nerfing camping tunneling again. They nerfed Scorch Hook Pain Resonance and Pop Goes the Weasel in the same fucking patch. And you got a minuscule buff to compensate. I think they got rid of For the People Buckle Up that patch too. I forget what the actual patch notes were. Your 4v1 game is absolutely dead. Unless you slug, which is getting nerfed. Your core mechanics are bad. They've been dangling by a thread for fucking years. And it's broken. It's broken. If you're playing good teams, you lose. It's literally that simple now. And again, it's always been kind of that simple. But now, it's like, okay, if I'm facing a Swift, I kind of have to just tunnel him out, and might be able to get to. No, you can't do that anymore. With all the shit that Swift has now, and all the shit they're gonna get, I'm sure those anti-camping nerfs are gonna be bad. I'm sure that anti-slug nerf, base kit unbreakable, might actually be coming to Dead by Daylight. Like, you're fucked, guys. I can't even read this game's patch notes anymore without feeling indifference. It's not... Listen. Let me tell you guys something about women. I've been with women. Okay? I'm sure y'all been with a couple of women too. Let me tell you something about women. And it's not even just about women. It's kind of about everybody, because I'm feeling the same thing. A couple years ago, when I came on here, and I reacted to everything, patch notes, powers, perks, everything, I came on here and I criticized the community, Otsvara, Scott Junn, for not having any passion for this shit. And that still holds true in 2025. They don't have a lick of passion for this game. The problem is I don't either anymore. Again, tying it back to what I just said, when I came on here and I screamed about this shit over and over and over again, it's because I fucking cared about this game. All in all, when it was all said and done, you could still play Dead by Daylight for 2, 3, 4 hours and still went and go, man, you know what, the game sucks, it does, but like, I'm enjoying being in the community. It's fun to play the game for 4 hours when, like, you get a couple decent matches every now and again. The killers are fun. You get to spend time with all your favorite slashers. It's overall, it's a good time. I can't say that anymore. This game is unplayable. You come on here for 2 hours and it's fucking miserable. It's fucking the worst 2 hours of your fucking day. It is absolutely trash and a miserable experience that I don't have to do anymore. I have fucking 4 published stories out there. 2 of them are already out. I got 2 more in the fucking pipe. I got 2 more on the market trying to get placed. And I got 3 works in progress, and I'm writing novels. I don't have time to do this shit anymore. Like, my writing career is starting to take off. So, I gotta lean into that. And it's like, it's not even that. Like, I could make the time. I can and would make the time if I gave a shit still. The problem is, when I read those patch notes now, I am the most indifferent towards this game I've ever been. I'm indifferent. And that's, again, the worst thing that you can deal with when you're fucking with a woman is indifference. If they're shouting and screaming at you, they still give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't have the energy to come on here, shout and scream about how bad the game is. I don't care. I don't care about this game anymore. The game is trash. It's not going to get any better. The devs don't want to make it better. The only buff, you know what the biggest buff you're receiving in that July patch is? Do you know? They're doing matchmaking updates. And you know what those matchmaking updates are going to be? It's just going to be because they know they're about to kill Killer, so they're going to push more bad players up. This is what they've always done. It's just being taken to the extreme now. They are really leaning into the rank-based matchmaking philosophy and absolutely diluting and polluting what was the right idea to fix the game and was. MMR was here. We got Dead Hard nerfed like immediately. They showed the stats. The stats were relevant. It was the best time to be playing the game. Because everything the devs were doing was relevant. They released meaningful perks that fucking did a great job of dealing with the survivors. Things like Deadlock, Call of Brine, Scorchhook, Pain Resonance came out during that time. Even the flops like Pentimento still see niche play even today. The pop was buffed in that time. Like Killer, like, you could look at the devs and understand as a Killer main why you were receiving what you were receiving, even if it was a fail. You still understood the design principles on paper. I look at these design principles, there are none. There is no core binding Killer together right now. None. Killer does not have a core anymore. The best build in this game right now is Endgame. And guess what? That's nerfed because of how fucked tunneling is. So even that's not even that good anymore if they're good. And they know what they're doing, and if they identify what you're running, Shoulder the Burden can easily counter that shit. Easily. If they know what they're doing, of course. They have to be good. And again, that's what the matchmaking's designed to do. And we've said all this song and dance many times. In the rank-based matchmaking days, you still got the sense that the devs understood the game. You got the sense that the people, again, it's a company. The people that were working 5 years ago probably aren't there anymore. The turnover. Like, you got a sense that the people that were, they understood the game at a high level. Even though they didn't change it for you, they sometimes threw you bones that made you feel like they understood the game at a high level. And sometimes you would get shit that would crack through. Hex Undying came out. Remember that shit? The Ruin Change, looking back on the Ruin Change, was a ludicrous idea. That's why that perk got nerfed too. There has always been, even in the shitty metas of this game, you could always turn to Killer, look at the 4 perks in your perk slot, and go, I have a core. I have a core. I have a set of perks that I can work with that when I'm trying to win and beat Survive with friends, I know what I'm running. In this era of the game, it's a shit show. It's a shit show. What's the form? What's your core as Killer right now? If you play this game, I genuinely want to know. What's the core? What are you running? What's your main strategy? What are you trying to do? All your perks are bad. Pop sucks. Pain Rezo is, I guess it's good in comparison, but it's not that good anymore. Slugging is about to be destroyed. I think slugging, right? Like, most killers are just slugging now, and I guess still tunneling weak links out. I guess because shoulder the burden, I guess like you have hooking the weak link 5 times is still optimal. I don't know. I don't play anymore. And I still keep, I read the patch notes every time. I want to read something that will make me go, wow. I have a concern about the game that was just addressed. I, as a veteran that has thousands of hours at this point, they did something for me there. No. They do very surface level reactions and react to the babies on the forums. Whatever concern the survivors have is completely taken into consideration way more than your concerns are. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. And it's not going to change. We lost, guys. We lost. The minute Patrick left the company, the healing changes get in, you lost. It was over from there. It's been over since 2022. And it's only getting worse and worse and worse as the devs. I don't know if they're all just Survivor players. I really don't know. I don't know who are the Killer voices on the dev team. Who is going, man, we need to help Killer, guys. Like, who is sticking up for you when they have a design reading in there and they're designing perks and they who is sticking up for you? How does the process happen? I want to know how they decide things. I would like them to release a fucking hour-long video about their design philosophy and how it works. How they design perks, how shit gets voted, how shit gets tested. I want to know all that. Because something is fucked right now. I don't know who's in charge. Almost not at the company anymore. Which, he was trash, but it's like, I mean, again, when you have 17 pieces of dog shit in your house and you take out one, that doesn't do anything, does it? So, almost gone. We lost McLean, who really wasn't too great. He was just better than most people. That was years ago, though. Losing Patrick was the worst thing to happen to the game, because Patrick was the guy sticking up for you. Patrick was the guy sticking up for you, and he was in a position of power, and he was winning most of the fights. And it showed in the game. It showed in the game. It showed in the perks that were designed. When you read the perks now, you know there's nobody sticking up for you in that room. Nobody. Nobody's helping you do anything. Nobody's helping you win. Okay. I think everything else, I think I've been repeating myself for like 5 minutes. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. So, okay. So, a lot of people have been saying in the chat, Rosie, Ken's really good. Ken from Barbie here is really good. I don't even doubt he is. I haven't watched his power. I haven't read his power. I don't know how he works. I don't know anything. But I don't doubt he's good. Do you know why I don't doubt he's good? Because look at the last killers. This is something we've tackled in our last stream. Let's go all, like, look.
just you and me.
I just want you guys to shut up. That's all I want. But like, go back. Like, let's look at modern killer design. Let's look at modern killer design, bro. What, like, where do we classify modern killer design? The game's been out for 9 years. So let's start in like what, 2020? 2020 like chops the game in half pretty much, right? Wasn't the first 2020 kill? The last 2019 killer was Oni. Then we got Deathslinger 2020, first 2020 killer. 2020. So like Deathslinger is about the midway point for the game right now. Deathslinger. I remember when that came out. Shitslinger is a midway point. So look at the second half of killers. This killer needed nerfed. He was good. This killer, Pyramid Head's good. Blight's still really good. Twins are really good. Bitch Boy he's had his ups and downs. He's pretty bad right now, I think. But like on PC, I guess he's a little better. But there was a point in the camping meta where this killer was A tier too. Nemesis, he's a miss. Nemesis was a miss. Pinhead, okay. Artist was really good for a little bit. I think the core changes haven't been kind to her, but she was really good. Sonico was a whiff when she came out. Then she got an excellent set of buffs and was good. Dredge, he's kind of a miss. Wesker, good. Knight's good. DC Merchant was good until they ruined her, even though she deserved her ruining. She's trash now. Singularity is one of the best killers in the game. Alien was good until he was nerfed 6 times. Chucky was good until he was nerfed 6 times. Unknown's so good. Vecna is kind of mid. Dracula's just spirits, so he's good. Howlmaster's A tier, and this character's really good. Even sticking to a little more the more modern killers. The more modern killers basically starting with what? Alien or Trashularity. I guess modern killer design starts at Trashularity. The modern killers here, apart from like Vecna and I guess current Chucky, but didn't Chucky get a little buff? I don't know. Apart from like Vecna, all these killers are like A tier, or were A tier at some point. What they seem to be doing now is the killer has like a decent power and a good power, and that's it. They say, like, why haven't you gotten any good perks? Because they seem to be leaning into the design philosophy a little bit. Like, this is the closest thing I think of to their design philosophy, is let the killers be a little stronger power-wise and nerf the perks. That's what they seem to be going for. Because again, people are saying, bruh, Ken's really good. Ken's really good. Ken needs to be nerfed. Ken's really good. Ken's too good right now. I've heard that chat everywhere. I've heard that this killer is good everywhere. Please don't scream. They need to fucking have an option to turn off his voice lines. Because I don't want him screaming all the time. I want him to shut the fuck up. I can't sit with him on the screen and talk. Just, like, the Howlmaster is really good. I think she's really good. Where do most people have her? Where do most people have her? A tier? If she's anywhere below A tier, I'm shocked. Because I think she's really good. Here's the issue, though. Here is the issue. Because we just talked about they seem to be like killer power stronger, nerf perks. Okay, nerf killer base kit, make the power. On release, she was a buggy mess. Sure, I didn't play her on release. I remember she got a huge set of buffs. I wouldn't be surprised if she was buff again. Below Spirit and Twins. That's a fine place to be. That's a fine place to be. Because Twins and Spirit are really good. So, below Twins and Spirit, if she's right in that tier, she's doing fine. But again, so my point is, okay, so if the closest thing you have to a design philosophy for the game right now is make the killers, let's give the killers a little more in their power, and then nerf the perks, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, that fucks everybody up here. That fucks everybody up here in the fucking ass. Because these killers do not have strong powers. These killers do not have versatile powers. Of course, there are exceptions. Hi, Nurse. But that fucks everybody up here. But everybody. Because that fucks half the roster. I guess if you do it the other way, it just makes the... I don't know what they're trying... It fucks half the roster, though, is my point. If you are trying to design killer powers to be the strengths, and then leave fucking Clown here as shits for the birds, that makes half your roster unplayable. And not just bad, unplayable. Because even the characters that have usable powers, like, I don't know, Demo Trash, or Console Bitch Boy, it leaves them in the fucking gutter. It leaves them in the shit zone, where they are absolutely worthless trash because killer power. Because when your powers were balanced around perks, like remember old Freddy with the teleport. Well, not old Freddy, but like old Freddy. I guess Freddy still has the teleport, but like remember when Freddy's power was basically Pop Goes the Weasel on a teleport? That's basically what his power was. His power was just get maximum Pop Goes the Weasel value, and he's one of the best killers in the game for that reason. Do you remember that? Do you remember that shit? What about Doctor? Trash. Hag has fallen off a cliff. Huntress, Huntress is probably the most average thing since average. Huntress is probably as most average as an average gets at this point. Remember when she was one of the better killers in the game? She's probably as average gets at this point. Hillbilly's still good. Yeah, but remember, Hillbilly was nerfed. They had to buff him again. They had to give him a second rework. So basically, Billy is modern killer design at this point. Billy's modern killer design at this point. Because that classic Billy didn't work anymore, remember? Especially after they nerfed him. Billy needed a rework for being too weak. Hillbilly isn't even classic killer design anymore, I would argue. Wraith was too OP, yeah, and he had to be nerfed too. But again, Wraith used he got lots of value out of Pop. Nurses like he was a perk killer too. He was a perk killer too. He had some add-ons that were good too, but like, I digress. So my point is, the closest thing to a balanced a design philosophy they seem to have is let the killers have more in the power, but that screws the rest of the roster that doesn't have that. So now they need to go in and rework everybody, which they're not going to do. They're just going to leave them shit. Because that's easier. It's easier to just leave them shit. They don't care. It's not affecting the bottom line, so they don't care. Hillbilly old killer brought back from modern times. Yeah, they should do that to everybody. But they're not going to. Pig just keeps getting fucking nerfed. But, like, that's just the state of the game at this point. The state of the game is, like, your powers are a little better, but, like, the perks are shit, and, like, really, even if your power is, like, moderately okay, like, I don't know, unknown, or alien, or, again, fucking Demogorgon would fall into this tier as well. Even if your power's just okay, like, the perks being nerfed does hurt you, because, like, Unknown's power is good, but it's not, like, game-breaking.
I will not.
It's not game-breaking. The gap between that behavior operates under a planned I don't know what that word is. I don't have a right, so the gap between the new and the old. But I mean, but it's like that. That's what I just said. That's what they do. Like that screws half the roster. They're leaving these killers to die. That is what the intention is. The problem is when one of those killers is your favorite killer, you're fucked. It isn't like Street Fighter where everyone is balanced across the board as thoughtful as possible. DBD's not that. Yes. The problem is when your favorite killer is up here, if your favorite killer is Hag and your name is Space Coconut, you're not playing the game anymore because Hag is unusable. Hag is unusable. Huntress is probably barely usable now. Bubba's not usable anymore. He fell off. Wraith was nerfed. He's not very usable. If your favorite killer's up here, you're up shit creek with no paddle. You kind of have to keep feeding into their modern design. Which, to be fair, is power creep, which does keep games healthy and is natural. But again, that's not... Power creep this is not how power creep is supposed to be done. Power creep, the perks are supposed to be power crept. The perks are what are supposed to be power crept. You don't power creep through characters. That's what they're doing. They're power creeping through characters now. That's not healthy power creep at all. Healthy power creep is Hex Ruin's really good, so let's put Counterforce in the game to get Ruin Undying's very good. But like Hex Ruin Undying is really good. Let's put Counterforce in the game where you cleanse a Hex totem and then you get, or cleanse a totem and then you get the aura of another one. Let's put shit like that in to make Ruin Undying worse. That's power creep, instead of nerfing it to the ground. But the way that they're power creeping the game right now is, oh shit, your favorite killer is Doctor, like Michael says. Well, you're gonna have to drop him and pick up Ken. You have to drop and pick up Ken if you want to stay in the game. And here's what I think about Ken. I haven't seen shit about Ken, but let's pretend Ken has a fucking skill ceiling, which I'm sure he does. I'm sure I'm gonna look like ass when I go in there and play because I don't know what I'm doing. I've read the power. I haven't watched anything. I heard he has slide tech. Okay. I'm sure console doesn't even have access to that slide tech. So you're alienating more and more players by making the consoles not able to have access to the tech. The power creep nature is based on how each side plays out. It's not, though. Because I can prove that to you, because in July they're going to nerf camping and slugging again. And then the tech, yeah, they killed Oni's flick too. Which, again, as a console player, I didn't have access to the Oni's flick. No, the solution there is not to kill the Oni flick, the solution is to give me access to it. But no, they decided to kill it. Again, they took their side over yours, which they always do. But no, okay, King Jim, they're not, but again, they are, okay, technically, King Jim, you're right. Because, okay, camping and tunneling are really good. Off the record, let's buff DS again. Let's buff DS again. We have off the record, which again is too good and is needed nerf for years. Oh, we're still bitching? Okay, bitch meter. Throw a bitch meter and now the killer can't camp. Oh, if killer's still camping, let's nerf it again. Like, they keep nerfing it. They just keep nerfing it unnaturally. And again, they're not giving you an adequate core to compensate around, especially if you play mid to low tiers. Especially if you play mid to low tiers, because all your perks are dead. Pop's gone. Spain Rezo's not good anymore. It's all bad, bro. The state of the game is pick up a modern killer. Like, they force you on a modern killer if you want to stay competitive. Because that's based, or again, until that modern killer is nerfed. Hi, Chucky. Why was Chucky nerfed? You know why Chucky was nerfed? Chucky was nerfed a lot. Console players had access to roughly about 75% of Chucky's kit, which means they could do a lot of the stuff. We couldn't do everything. We couldn't do like 180s out of Windows. We couldn't do that, but that got nerfed immediately. 180s out of Windows was taken out, like, that was patched like week 1. Like, there was no way he was keeping that. But Chucky was a good little killer. Most of the player base had access to his tech. A lot of people picked him up. Nerfed. The main problem with people being good is that they're still always subject to that nerf cannon. You never know when the nerf cannon is going to happen to you and your killer is going to be unplayable. It could happen to anybody. Right now, I don't know how Trashalarity is allowed to do what he does. I don't know how this killer has not been nerfed yet. I honestly think it's coming this year. The fact that this killer has not been nerfed yet is absolutely incredible to me. It's incredible. The fact that he is not... Yes, I'm surprised they haven't nerfed Houndmaster yet too. Ken is good today and will be nerfed tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. If Ken is actually as strong as people are making him out to be, he's going to be nerfed. So don't get comfortable with them. He's going to get nerfed. They all get nerfed eventually. And again, it's not that that's inherently a bad thing. It's not that that's inherently a bad thing to nerf shit. But like, the way that this company has used nerfs for years is a problem. And we have talked about them nerfing too much for years. They don't do it. But again, once the kid, like right now, Mr. Ken here is a high priority because he's making the money. You can see this with Chucky. Chucky was allowed to stay good for a little bit. They made their dough. They made their dough off him. And then guess what? He's not a priority anymore. And then guess what? Bye-bye. 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 As soon as Chucky wasn't making the money anymore, bye-bye. It's time to get nerfed. So I don't care how good the motherfucker is. He's not safe. As soon as he stops making the money, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And that's how it will, that's how it is, and that's how it will always be. The game, this guy's a smoke on the wheel. Reactions, nerfs. Yes, reaction nerfs are more vital to the company than realistic nerfs. They don't do nerfs right. They're only strong for the money. Yes. Hi, Wage, I saw you pop in. The so bored of all the nerfs, I just let the survivors go because it felt, it's like, It's just like, but it's a cycle. But it's been a constant cycle for 5 years. You're done. I've compared this game to an abusive relationship for years, and it is. If you play Killer, this game is an abusive relationship. There comes a point where everybody is done. No, you can't do it forever. You can't do it forever. And the people that are kind of doing it forever, and the people that are doing it forever, are people that are paid to, that are getting monetary incentives to continue playing the game. Scott Junn, a fucking true talent, and Otts. Everybody, like, I don't know, does Noob 3 still play? The King, Polyester? Everybody that is still around is collecting a paycheck to play the game. And the game is so popular because of its business model, where people come in and people come out. It's a Ferris wheel. It's a Ferris wheel. And that's how that's how, and again, it doesn't have to be that, but they choose to do what they do because they feel like they care, like, the Survivor players are who they care about more. The Killers are a Ferris wheel. Well, horror fans on the Killer side will get suckered in to come in and play their favorite Killer. Then they play the game, they drop some money on it, and then they're gone. I lasted longer than a lot of people, I feel like. I played the game religiously for about, what, 5 years? I was a 5-year player. I feel like that's incredible. I feel like not everybody lasts for 5 years. It's a lot better. Yes, Identity 5 is the way better. The only safe character to play is Nurse. Correct. Scott Junn is dead inside. I almost feel bad for the man. I almost feel bad for him. Because listen. I don't envy people that have passionless jobs. And again, Scott Junn is a twit. I must continue to say that. The man is an absolute twit. He just posted something on Twitter a little bit ago about how he woke up at like 8:40 p.m. The guy's a twit, bro. He wouldn't make it in the real world. Scott, I get up at 6 a.m. every single day. And guess what I do? You want to know my schedule right now? I get up at 6 a.m. every day. I go to work until about 4 to 5, and then I go work out. I get home around 6 p.m. I'm gone for 12 hours every single day. And then I sit down and I write for 4 hours, and then I go to bed. That is my schedule every day. I am working from 6 a.m. I get a 40-minute break at work. And then I drive for an hour every day. So that's an hour I'm admittedly not working. So, okay, an hour and 40 minutes, and then I work out for about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. There's about 2 hours out of my day where I'm not working. Scott Junn is a twit, and I couldn't handle my schedule. Scott Junn would not last 2 minutes in the asylum that raised me, and he would not last 2 minutes in the asylum that raised all of you. So I must stress that. If streaming wasn't a thing, Scott Junn, he's a worthless human being that wouldn't be able to do anything. But that being said, the man is doing a passionless job. He has no passion for what he does, and it's been that way for a long time. Shut up, Ken. Scott Junn has no passion for the game, and it's been that way for a long time. Because Scott Junn hit burnout a long time ago. Scott Junn hit burnout a long time ago. And again, I don't love Scott Junn. I don't love Scott Junn. I hate Scott Junn. But the man hit burnout a long time ago. The reason he plays Dead by Daylight is for money. That is why he plays it. That is why Otts plays it. That's why True plays it. Because the game is still popular. And if they try to stream something else, remember when Scott tried to leave? He tried to play Elden Ring. He just thought he was going to make a career off Elden Ring. He took a significant dip in his finances when he played Elden Ring. Ken's menu sounded Scott Junn's internal voice. Yes, it is. Scott Junn thought he was going to play Elden Ring, bro. That didn't work, did it? The numbers took a dip. I have 18 people in here, bro. That's because of Dead by Daylight. When I play fucking Bloodborne, there's like 5 people in here. The game is popular. Even though it's trash. But as soon as Scott Junn tried to leave, nobody watched him. When Otts tries to play chess, he has like 200 people in his stream. Yes, they try to make a living, support their family off this game. I feel bad for them. Scott Junn has to live in constant fear that if this game shuts down, he has to go out and get a job, and that's got to be terrible. Marvel Rivals, good for you, bro. Because again, Scott Judd has no skills. Scott Judd has no skills. The thing about Ots and True, we love the movie reviews. I need to get back on those. I'm gonna make a Megan 2 trailer review because that shit looks goofy as fuck. And I'm mixed on it. Because at the same, like, the Megan 2 trailer, Megan 2 looks like a shitty movie. Megan 2 looks like a shitty movie. But I can't deny that I was entertained for the 2 minutes that the trailer was on, and it looks like I'm gonna go see it. But the movie looks like shit. I need to get back on those movie reviews, bro. I do. Because I like making them. Identity V's a far better game. But it's like Scott Judd has no skills, bro. Like True Talent, if this game went under, I think True Talent could do something else, even if he wasn't a streamer anymore. I think True Talent has life skills. Ots, I think Ots has life skills. Ots to me seems like he's kind of good with computers and can be like a tech guy. Dude, that's just how I don't know Ots. I don't watch Ots. I haven't watched Ots in years, and remember, I don't know how many people are veterans of the channel. Ots and I had beef. Does anybody remember that? Ots and I had beef. Ots mentioned me in a video he made. Hooks versus kills. I called him out on his streaks. Do you remember this? True is a commercial graphic designer. That makes a lot of fucking sense. I don't know if all you newbies, I don't know how many people are new here. The Hooks versus Kill guy that everybody made fun of except for Tide Time, yeah, that was me. Well, I mean, Megan 2 looks horrible. As a fan of the first movie, it looks horrible. I just about guaranteed they will all end up working fast food. Scott Judd couldn't handle fast food, bro. Scott Judd could not handle working at Starbucks. He would be the schmuck that makes a TikTok and be like, oh my god, the line's so long and I just want a 5-minute break. That's Scott Judd. Scott Judd will not last 3 minutes in the real world. He's an ill twin. You know what? I get sick a lot too. I can't even yell at him for that. I threw up on Sunday. But the man has no skills, bro. What does Scott Judd do outside of stream? If streaming wasn't an occupation, he'd be like Twit. Yes, I know. I need to review Rob Zombie, bro. I'm a Rob Zombie fan. I need to review the rest of his shit. I mean, it's not even like I'm just neglecting the movie reviews and doing the channel. Listen, lads, I write. That's what I do now. I literally write all day. I'm actually giving up a writing session to be here. I was gonna write today, and then I realized kind of what the situation I was in. I'm like, I can go stream for a little bit. But it's like, I knew I wanted to give this, because I know it's been a little bit, and I know y'all wanted to hear my thoughts on the game. But it's like, you know what, I just want, for one more time, just for old time's sake, let's read these perks, bro. I think that's gonna be a good segue. Let's read these perks. Where's his perks? Okay, they're probably all right here. When a survivor takes damage, gain a token up to 8. I believe the next one is. For each token you pick up, you drop and hook survivors 4% faster. This is trash. I don't need to insult your intelligence and explain to you why this is trash. How does this help you win? Check his bio to see his perks. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not his bio. Oh well, who cares? This is why we're doing it. Scott is a musician. Yeah, sure he is. And I'm the king of England. Scott is as much of a musician as that guy from To Catch a Predator that was a musician. Suck my ass on that. Writing, quote unquote, writing songs and posting them to your YouTube channel 10 years ago is not being a musician. That is, no, he's not a musician. Writing a song does not make you a musician. In the same way that writing a story does not make you a writer. Chris Hansen! My guy! Have a seat. If I was a bigger streamer, I would like have Chris Hansen's face like saying have a seat every time I got like a down on a survivor. No. Scott is not a musician. Writing a couple songs 10 years ago before you started playing Dead by Daylight does not make you a musician. I can say this now, I'm a published writer. I got four fucking stories published, and 2 more are on the way. And I got like 3 works in progress. So you're not a writer if you don't have shit out there. You can be like a work in progress writer, but you're not a writer if you don't have shit out there. I'm not even really a writer. I don't like. I'm not even really a writer, because I work. I still go a 9-to-5 job. I'm not a writer for money. I kind of am, because I'm starting to get paid for my stuff. My one in January that comes out, I'm going to get paid for. But it's like, Stephen King's a writer. Taylor Swift, as much as I don't like her... Yeah, I'll get it. Hold on, I need to get his perks, bro. Hold on. Okay, but like, okay, Forever Entwined. That perk sucks. It's just laughable. Like, as soon as you read that, you know that's not good. Next. After you damage a survivor 8 times with basic attacks. Okay, that's rough. Dull total becomes a hex. Ass. Like, when a survivor takes a damage with a basic attack, they get hindered for like 10 seconds. That's terrible. You gotta hit 8 people. You publish books? Not yet. I just have stories out there, but the books are coming. You have to hit 8 basic attacks. That's not happening if they're good, especially if your power injures people. And then it's a hex. That could not be a hex, and it would still be bad. So that's bad. Immediately, you know that's not good. What's last? When you hook a survivor for the first time, give a token up to 4. When all generators are completed, each token and all pallets are blocked for 12 seconds. That is absolutely fucking garbage. Is that per token? For each token, so it's up to 48 seconds. Okay, that might get you a down, but like, remember me just got buffed. Rancor's still killing people, multiple people a match. You don't need that, bro. The perks are hilarious and laughingly bad. You can't even like say they're like good. Well, of course you can't say they're good, but you can't read that and say they tried. Yes, why would you run that instead of No Way Out, which procs after they go to a gate? It's terrible. It's 64 seconds on tier 3. Sure, cute, fine. It's his best one, Dogi. It's his best one. But I can't even say they tried when I read that. And I haven't been able to say that for a long-ass fucking time. No. And my main reason for that is I have said tons of shit on this channel that would have gotten me canceled a long time ago. I want to keep my real name away from this channel. I don't want people to go find history of me on this channel. I really don't want that. Although I think cancel culture is dying, but I see. I'm very mixed because I know you guys probably want to read them. I understand that. I have a Discord server that's in the description and is still active to this day. Were the worst, yeah, right? Vecnas were bad. The last good perk that they released was what? I mean, Game of Foot wasn't good until Endgame was discovered. Okay, Unforeseen is not horrible. But okay, but it's like that's also not entirely true, Mr. Fart Nugget, because I have posted my stories in my server before. I posted a draft of my story called The One, which I'm gonna get paid for. That's the one I'm getting paid for. It's a novelette. It's about 9,000 words. It's cosmic horror, of course, because it's the best. It's about an influencer and her boyfriend. They go to a place in Florida and go to a church, and they release some kind of monster, and then the monster follows them. But like it's very character focused. Like the monster's very much in the background throughout the entire story until the last scene. The monster's like it is very much about the boyfriend and his struggling relationship with this influencer bitch that's too much for him to handle, because the influencer is based off of Katie Sigmund, because Katie Sigmund has certain assets that I find to be character worthy. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, but she's not like okay. The idea came from Katie Sigmund, but I swapped. I didn't make the character a one-for-one. Like my influencer is a ginger. What do you think of Ghoul? I think he's gonna get nerfed if the survivors hate him. I haven't played him yet. I haven't watched him yet. I've literally been talking for like 40 minutes. I don't know, but go look for that. Go look for that draft of the one. It's not the final version, obviously, because the final version. I think you're gonna be. I think it's a second draft. I think it's a second draft. I think it's a second draft, so it's not like the final version. But I don't know. I'm very proud of that story. I really like how that one turned out. The one I just finished. I'll just say one more thing about my writing. The one that I just finished is it's like in letter format. Like it's the closing entry of somebody's diary. It's a doctor, and some fucking like this mom brings in her son to the hospital in the emergency room, and he's like a toddler. Okay, like the kid's like a toddler, but he's 2 months old. Like he just one day starts to grow. He just starts to grow and grow and grow and starts turning into a monster. And that's that one's about 6,000 words. I haven't posted that one. But like that was one I started writing it. I took a hiatus on it for a little bit and came back to it. I didn't like how it was turning out, and then I finished it and I listened to it. I have this app called I use Speechify, and I have this other app that I forget what it's called. It's like AI that it reads my shit back to me. It's so nice. It's so nice. Having your story be read out loud to you, and you can hear what's working and what's not working, is absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. I paid $100 for Speechify, bro. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. And the other app I also pay for too. It's just so worth it to fucking to hear your shit get read back to you. Now I go, okay, that line doesn't work. That line does work, and I like that, and then I don't like that, and then I make notes on it, and I go back and fix it. This guy needs to shut up. He's got a fucking. He needs to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, that's intolerable. They need to nerf him on the character select screen. Like a movie, yeah. No, I love Speechify. I love Speechify so much. Okay, Speechify is a big investment. That's the thing. It's a $100 investment. Now you see, when you have a stable job like me, you can do that. You have but they don't have like a monthly package. It's you get the year or you get nothing. So you have, but if you'd like to start smaller, the app that I use on my phone is it's called, what's this shit called? It's okay. It's called Listen AI on the actual store, on the actual screen. It's but like there's a couple. You'll have to try a few of them. But Speechify isn't even if you're not an author, if you read anything, it's kind of useful. But again, it might not be $100 useful, and you might want to take some of the freer, the less expensive options. Speechify. I'll say one more thing about Speechify. It's also better on a computer than it is on a phone. If you get Speechify for your phone and listen to it, you're gonna think it's like, it's pretty bad. If you listen to Speechify on a computer, it's way better. I don't know why that is. I'm not an AI guy at all, but it's better on the computer. It's worth the money on a computer. But like just being able to like what do I listen to when I'm driving to work? I listen to my stories, and to fix them. There you go, bruh. Yeah, no, that sounds really good, bruh. I like the concept of a well done joke or two. Oh, let's get that iridescent just to read it. It's just like I don't know. I've kind of been in like a slump lately. The one I'm writing right now is like my origin story for everything. And then I really want to write my novel too, but like I'm writing the origin for everything, and I'm kind of slowing on. Again, I skipped a session to be here today. Indoor maps are kind of his weakest. Yeah, we'll deal with him in a minute, bro. I'm talking about my writing. I'm getting cash in it again. But I mean, I really but like that one's called the bizarre, the one about the hospital. Like the mom brings the toddler, but he's 2 months old. That one's called the bizarre case of Nathaniel Caldwell. I really like that one. I really like how it turned out. Because that was the one where Speechify read it back to me. Because yeah, while I was writing it, I hated it. I was like, this isn't that good. And then again, Speechify read it back to me, and I was like, shit, I like this more out loud than I did writing it. And it saved it because I'm like, because I was good. Okay, I do have a beta reader. I do have it, but my beta reader hasn't gotten back to me in a little bit. So I went ahead and just sent it because I was happy with it. I just sent it, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just send it. I'm sorry. I have credentials now that at the bottom of my letters I say I've been published here, here, and here, and here. So like they'll be able to like look at that and be like, okay, this guy's not a nobody. Imagine being in the army. Well, that's you, bro, isn't it? Isn't that you, bro? That's you, bro, isn't it? And again, I don't even know how many matches we're gonna do, bro. I don't have an unlimited amount of time, and I kind of went way over. I thought we'd be playing games right now. But you know what? Here's what I think, bro. I have 18 people in here just sitting in here talking. Now, if that to me is, I haven't played one match yet. I haven't played one match yet. I love you guys. I love you guys, bro. The main reason I still play this shit from time to time is for you guys. I like you, I mean, we all, I think this looks terrible, bro. The killer, again, I have no doubts the killer is strong. I mean, I just think if he's gonna get nerfed, so I wouldn't get attached to him. I mean, we know how this company works. I'm even surprised I had 2 million blood points. Look at that, bro. Randoms is published too, bro. Yeah. Fuck this game, bro. Here's the thing about you guys. I think we're all talented people. So, we can all do other shit. We don't have to sit and play this shit. We're not Scott Junn. Think about Scott Junn. Scott Junn has to play this because he has nothing else. Scott Junn has never been talented at anything in his life. So, he has to play this. We don't. We got other talents. We have other talents besides being moderately good at Dead by Daylight. We can go be very good at other things. It's like, you know, I chose traditional publication, at least at first, because I want to show I got the chops, bro. I don't want to just run to Amazon and publish something. I want to do it right. I want to do the process. I want to get a few collections under my belt. Maybe if I'm getting moderately big, then we can do self-publishing later in my career and just throw shit up. But I like having editors and shit. I don't know. My experience with this has been weird because only one of my stories they actually let me edit before it was sent out. These other, okay, I got 2 that I'm not editing, which makes me nervous because I bought the copy of my other one, and it had a bunch of typos in it and stuff I didn't really like anymore. So like when I re-release, not a bunch of typos, it's not bad. I went through it. It's not horrible. It's just, you know, I wrote it 2 years ago, so like it could be better. But so like when I re-release that one in my compilation, I'm gonna fix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like once that one gets re-released, I'm gonna actually get to edit it, and it's gonna be a little bit better. Which again, I really like that one. That one was the first one I wrote. Wage is back. He came in under his other account. Turn your books into a movie. I see. I'm in the middle about that because here's the thing. I'm such a control freak. Like my characters are my babies. They're my children. I say this all the time. When when my story got there, I told when I told my dad that my story arrived in the mail, I said, "Hey, your grandson showed up today, my baby." Now again, I'm not gonna I've on here. I've been edgy before and be like, I'm never gonna have kids. Again, I'm actually talking to another girl right now, and that usually ends well, doesn't it? I'm actually I'm trying the whole girl thing again. I gotta actually text her back. Hold on, because I've been screaming for an hour. I don't think I haven't texted her back for an hour. Let me text her real quick. Yeah, I haven't texted her for an hour. LOL. But right now, I went on a date with her last Friday. She was good. She was very nice. She was very nice. She was very nice. We watched the Woman in the Yard, which was awful, by the way. The Woman in the Yard is awful. If y'all are interested in seeing that, it's terrible. It is an absolute fucking shit show. That movie is not good at all. What? I'm gonna see again. Now again, like when I go in here, guys, I just want you to know I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm gonna go suck ass when I do this. I'm expecting to suck ass. The killer apparently has slide text, so I'm not gonna be able to access a lot of his abilities. What I'm gonna do today is just play around a little bit, and then after I play, I'm gonna like maybe watch a video about what his tag actually is, and then I'm gonna like rank him from there. I should watch the Minecraft movie. No, thank you. Sonic 3 was really good. Okay, well, okay. Actually, I must stress before I start talking here, I really like Sonic 3. I really like Sonic 3. But here's what I will say about Sonic 3. The movie in my head was better than the one on the screen. That is the only thing I will say about Sonic 3. The movie I thought it was going to be was better than the one it actually was. And I feel like not everybody will have that problem, because not everybody is a fiction connoisseur like me. But when I got out of Sonic 3, I said it was really, really good. I really liked it. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. It could have been a lot more. It could have been a lot more. The most having read. Yeah, Sonic 3 is very, very good. It's very good. The only thing I'm gonna say is the movie I wanted it to be was better than the one it was. Okay, let's check it out. I mean, I'll see. Okay, I thought that was one of Shadow's fucking better incarnations in years. It's not his best, Son Stabby. If you want to see Shadow at his worst, go watch Sonic Boom. If you want to see Shadow at his absolute worst, go watch Sonic Boom. He is terrible in that. I'm gonna run coup de grace just for the first match, just to have it. And then we'll do Eruption, I guess. Very standard kind of build for me. What are his add-ons? I don't even want to read them. Just tell me what they're. Just tell me what's good, guys. Mask and umbrella. It's not this mask, is it? This mask? The iridescent? He's an iridescent killer? Are we serious? I would have got way more. I should have asked that first. Okay, we're not gonna do the mask yet. We only have one copy of it. I want to get some more blood points and then come back to that. Where is the other one? Where's the umbrella? Is that a common? Please tell me it's a common. No. Do we even have the umbrella? Is the umbrella fucking purple? I am not seeing any umbrella. Did we seriously not get a copy? We didn't get a copy of the umbrella. We actually didn't get a copy of it. That's incredible. We did not get a copy of the umbrella. That's crazy. Okay. So we don't even have access to his best setup. Use range and speed. Okay, let's do that. Speed. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming this is the range. Let's actually read this power. I can't even read the full thing there. Hold on. I need to read his power, and I can't read that. I guess it's being cut off by the stream. Is there a survivor in this chapter? Coffee's the speed. Oh, okay, we need that. Is this one good, or did I pick the wrong one? Do I need... There's no survivor. No new survivor, great. Shut up! God damn it. Awful. Where's his power? I don't care about his lore. His lore's ass. I just want the power. Give me the power. Don't use apron, it's bad. Okay. So, this one. No, not... The apron's bad? This is the one I need. I thought the apron was the coffee. Sorry. I'm trying to find this fucking power. It doesn't have its power on the thing. Okay, I'll have to just do my best. After completing, okay, so he has a leap. He has tentacles that attach to vertical surfaces of the range and pull him quickly forward. After completing a leap, the ghoul has a window to perform a second. After the cooldown, once it's consumed their leaps. If they leap over a vault or down pallet, grabs the survivor. If the ghoul performs second, grab attack. Survivors are healthy. Inflict deep wounds. Fuck, he has deep wounds. If the survivors hate him, I'm sure Made for This is all over the place right now. Is Made for This everywhere right now? Is Made for This everywhere right now? I'm sure it is. Hopefully I'll just have low MMR, and yeah, okay, I'm sure it is. That's rough. Grab attack marks survivor. Enraged mode. While enraged, the ghoul can perform 3 leaps and can leap over vaults more quickly if they launch. Okay, I'll just have to feel them out. I'm gonna get my ass kicked this game, I'm sure. And Made for This is everywhere. I'm sure it is. If the survivors hate him, Made for This is probably everywhere. You play him hit and run. Well, that means he's really gonna get nerfed if he's hit and run. Oh wait, I'll just go in it again. I don't care. Yeah, Made for This is gonna go away with time, but so like right now, survivors are bringing a set specifically to counter him because they hate him. And he will be nerfed. As soon as he's nerfed, Made for This will go away. What's with the queue times? There's 2v8 in the game right now. We've been in queue for like 2 minutes. That's nuts. I'm surprised AQ isn't here. Oh, right. I forgot this is new. He needs to shut up. He needs to do that one time and then sit there like everyone else. He needs to scream once and be done. At least when Demo roars, it's like really quick. This guy screams for like 5 seconds. He needs to shut the fuck up. Oh, we didn't talk about Cena yet. We didn't talk about Cena's heel turn at all yet. You guys know I'm a wrestling mark. You switch to another character while you're queuing Ken. John Cena's heel turn was phenomenal. Everybody, like, if y'all haven't seen that yet, it sounds like some of you have. Heel in wrestling. If you've watched wrestling at all, or maybe you haven't watched it for a while, first of all, the product is really hot right now. John Cena just turned heel for the first time in 21 years. This is the first time he's been a heel since, what, 2004? 2004, like early 2004. Not even that, because WrestleMania 20 he was a face. So like, this is the first time he's been a heel in like 22 years or something ridiculous. He's killing it. He's doing it's really well done. His first promo was good. His second one was a little less memorable. His segment with Cody on Monday was really good. Cena is really good. He's really good, bro. And listen, I was somebody. Let me tell you something about John Cena. I hated John Cena. Yes, I do. Bad Blood. It's in the description of the video. I hated John Cena, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. I will tell you exactly what it was. It was Bray Wyatt. What I hated after John Cena beat Bray Wyatt in 2014, I hated him because Bray Wyatt deserved that feud. Bray Wyatt deserved to win that. Bray Wyatt deserved to win at Mania 30 and win the feud. And I was the biggest Bray Wyatt fan in the entire world. And when Bray Wyatt lost that match, he was never the same afterwards. He kind of recovered in 2017, and then they did it to him again with Randy Orton. Does anybody remember that? But when Bray Wyatt lost that feud to John Cena, he was never the same again. And you know, and again, I'll be on record saying this: the Eater of Worlds is a better character than the Fiend is. Bray Wyatt's biggest success is when he was the Fiend, right? The Eater of Worlds character was better than the Fiend character, but the Eater of Worlds character was booked worse than the Fiend. But the Fiend was booked like shit too. Let's not kid each other. Bill Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, garbage. And then he lost to Randy Orton at Mania again, which pissed me off too. I quit watching for a little bit after that. But the Eater of Worlds character is a better character than the Fiend character was. Problem is, he was booked so bad that they had to get rid of it because he was booked so bad. That was the problem. Has anybody seen that Bray Wyatt documentary on Netflix? Not Netflix. Well, maybe it is on Netflix now. They released a WWE documentary for Bray Wyatt, and he was gonna do the Fiend again, and his whole costume was revealed, and they made a statue of him and put the costume on it. He had a full Fiend design ready. He was gonna do the Fiend again. Oh shit, we got to have a match. But yeah, I hated John Cena after that. And again, it's not even that I hated John Cena, it was the same reason I hated Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns was trash. Roman Reigns wasn't always good, if anybody remembers. When the Shield were first a thing, I said I like everybody but Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is by far the worst guy in that group. And he was. For years, he was the worst guy in the group. When he was a babyface from like 2015 to 2019, terrible. The man was garbage. He was so bad when he was a babyface in that time period. He was so bad. And again, Roman recovered, and we just pretend those years never happened. We literally decanonized those years. It's really funny. Like, if you watch the WWE right now, they retconned those years. They just pretend they didn't happen. Because, like, if you watch it, they're doing this whole thing with Rollins right now, where like Roman Reigns is like, I never forgave you, Seth Rollins, and I hate you, right? That's what they're doing with him. Remember when he was buddy with Seth Rollins in 2016, and they were going after Kevin Owens? Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember that? Yeah. They literally just decanonized the Vince. They literally decanonized the big dog, and it's really funny. They pretend he went right to Tribal Chief. As soon as, like, they decanonized the big dog, and it's really funny. It's really funny. But yeah, I got higher on Cena when he buried Roman in 2017, because Cena cooked Roman on the mic in 2017, if anybody remembers that. Cena absolutely cooked him. They redid the program when Roman was better, and that was better. But no, I hated Cena, bro. I fucking couldn't stand him. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, cute. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Does he like verticality? Can he climb? Can he go from the bottom of Midwich to the top of it? I don't know how to play this. Oh, okay. That's strange. The Wyatt Six are being booked like shit. Very sad. Okay. Strange. Yeah. Aiming higher. Okay. I have that problem on a lot of killers. Somebody has that fucking Nick Cage perk that's really annoying and really good, and they won't nerf it. That Nick Cage perk is really good. But just, if anybody is wondering, and they will not fucking nerf it. Cute. Oh, you're slowed down. Like, why did he get so much distance on me? Because he's... That was a bad one. God, I'm very rusty. Oh no! Lads, that's yeah, but you get a huge slowdown when you do that. I'm sure you don't. What? There's a skill gap here. Can I, like... Every play I, like, want to do, I, like, can't. He's not as, like, cute as I think he is. God, this guy's really good. I think that Steve knows checks. No, he doesn't. Okay. Where was that at? No, that was the perk. That was the... Oh, I don't have Pain Rezo. Yeah, I need to get rid of Coup de Grace for Pain Rezo. Can I just... Okay. He slows down. You can curve corners. Yeah, I'm sure you can. The scene partner needs to be nerfed. I have said this for years. They won't nerf it. If you know how scene partner works, it is not a fair trade at all. They get way too much information. And you get nothing but a scream. Injure someone with the power to... Well, how do you do that? I don't even really know how to do that. Do I hit them? I've been aiming at the environment. Can I aim for them? What am I doing wrong? Like, why did that not work? I should have just pulled forward and hit him. leap and then did I at least throw an attack out there? I don't know what I'm doing. And this game does a terrible job actually explaining how to play. Like, look how much I slowed down. Okay, I got her with Coup. Like, that worked. You M1 as you're leaping. Like Blight. It's not exactly like Blight. You can't damage with the first one. Okay, well there you go. That's what I'm confused about. It has to be the second leap. What? Why didn't that work? I should have just hit him right off hook. Okay. It's very. I'm not gonna say bad because I know it's not, but like it's like very not intuitive. What? It's very not explained well, which I've had that issue with killers before. It's just not explained well at all. No, I mean, not really, because I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, what is that? Why didn't that work? Now she had life. Free, do whatever you want. Wait for the... I don't like it, bro. I just feel like he's a... It was red and then it wasn't. It's just, it's very not explained well. I wanted to see it like... It was red and then it wasn't again. It was red until I pressed the button. And then every time I like use it, it feels like I didn't even... I'm not even seeing an attack come out when I do it. Well, I mean, it was red and then it wasn't red. Like, I moved a second and then I'm not even seeing an attack come out. Like, I'm pressing M1 and it's not even doing anything. Is it because of the angle? But like, again, on Blight, an attack comes out. You see that you're doing something. Again, it's not explained well. Which again, doesn't make him bad. I gotta keep saying that, because that it does not make him bad that it's not explained well. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I want to see an attack come out so I can get the range of it better. Okay. Okay, that was it. So you just hit him. The attack is your second. So like, but like when I hit the first one, it just slows me down. But so do you not want to hit the first one? What, is there any incentive at all to actually... Is there any incentive at all to actually hitting the first one? Do not hit the first one. There shouldn't even be an option for you to do it then. There should be no option for you to even hit them with the first one. The first one should be just position you to get them, which I'm sure is what you still do with it, but that's clunky as fuck. That's bad. It's bad design. If I hit the first one, okay, yes, if the ability is used, if the first dash does nothing to them and doesn't, it shouldn't have a hitbox. Do I get, like, if I hit them with the ability, do I get, like, powered up? Like, does my meter go up if I hit the first one? You should only hit them with the first one to vault while enraged. Let me... I mean, it's not. My biggest issue isn't even with the controls. The biggest issue I had with them that match was the fucking. Let's get Pain Rezo in there. But okay, but again, the difference is that Blight, you time and attack. But here's the difference. Everybody keeps saying Blight. Here's why I don't agree with that. Blight, you have to attack them with Blight. And, like, Blight goes into an animation and will then do something, correct? This guy doesn't have an animation. Apparently, you just have to M2 during your second hit, and nothing happens until you hit them. I can't even tell you how I hit them there. I can't even, you're used to them now. Nope, no, I'm not. That was very... The game does a terrible job explaining this to you. Where the fuck is Pain Rezo? There it is. Your first leap should always be for positioning. Yes, there should not be a hitbox on it. Because all the first hit, if you hit the first hit on them, you just get slowed down and it's miserable. So it shouldn't have a hitbox. Why does it have a hitbox? It shouldn't have a hitbox. Is the argument. If it doesn't do anything, it shouldn't even... Because again, does Blight's first rush have a hitbox? Again, they're sticking with the Blight comparison. If you were to compare him to Blight, if Blight hit them with his first rush, he would get into an animation and slow down, stop his rush, and let them get distance. That's what he does. Again, I'm not saying he's bad, because I gotta keep stressing that. Because apparently everybody says he's really good, and I don't doubt he is. I'm saying the design is clunky. You swing it when you're swinging in the first leap, but it's when you're swinging. But so do you press a button or not? He has no animation when you press a button. When I do an input, I can't tell he's reacting to it. Is the first hit decoration, or does he have a? If I press M1 during the first hit, is there a hit? If I don't press M1 while I'm swinging, is there no hitbox? And then we gotta sit here and wait because it. Oh, this is trash, bro. I'm almost rather, you know, I'm not even gonna do this. Where are the bots? I wanna get into another match. How do you play? I wanna just play him. I don't even want to play against people. I just want to I don't want to sit here in a 10-minute queue. How do I play against bots? Do I go to like friends and just put bots in? I want to figure him out. And then, okay, we could try all those add-ons now too, but I want to stick with what we just did because I want to. Shut up! Shut up, you fucking weeb! Okay, we're against bots. I'm gonna take corrupt off against the bots. I'm probably gonna take corrupt off anyway. Because he has to be with map mobility, there's no really reason to run it. This is just, I just think the design is clunky. The developers of this game are not talented. They are absolutely not talented at all. They have absolutely no talent. They are not player friendly at all. In Star Wars Battlefront 2, when you pick a character, you know everything he does right away. It is very all of your abilities are very obvious. With this game, it's a fucking scavenger hunt. You never know what you have until you fucking run in there and do 5 matches. You read the power description, it doesn't tell you anything. It's fairly simple. Yes, but they don't tell you. I'm sure it's very simple as soon as you know it, but they don't tell you. And I'm halfway convinced that's a bug. I'm halfway convinced it's a bug. I'm not even lying. I'm halfway convinced that's a bug that's gonna get patched out. So I don't even trust that. Okay, so do you see how? Did you see that? Look at this. That had a huge red on it for like a second, but this was never in my range. Did you see that? Did you see how that had red on it? Okay, that had range. That was never in my range, but it had red on it for a... That was a fucking problem, what you just saw. Okay, let me just... I'm gonna launch at him and not touch a button. Or just miss it. I forgot that, like, bots read your inputs and shit. Okay. Wait, am I already enraged? You just have to hit it like one time to get enraged? That's good. So, I'm already in... Okay, it just needs... Okay, yeah, that's really good right there. He gets his power-up mode after one hit. That's really good. Okay, that was kind of faster, I guess. Okay, did I do the cancel right? Okay, no, you cancel it there. Okay. I did cancel it. I did cancel it right there. Oh, that was clunky. Huh. Okay. How long do you stay in rage? This feels like a very long time. I see the Legion comparison. If they are not deep wounded, if they are injured, can I down them? Not deep wounded. Can this power down them when they are injured? No. That's bad. That is bad. Okay, that was the correct play anyway, because we had him zoned off. Oh, wow. We actually could have hit him with the power there. But you still want that rage sense, right? Like, it's still good to do that because you can get him. You can still, like... I kind of wish he broke pallets while enraged. Okay, that was too much. I pressed the wrong button. Wait, if he drops the pallet, can I slide over it quicker? Yeah, it's the fucking bot. Bots just do all the optimal routing. Why isn't it letting me? Do I have to, like, hit it? Why isn't it not letting me go over the pallet? Do I have to do it while he's dropping it? Somebody explain that to me. I don't get that at all. You have to go over it. You have to go over it. Okay. I'm not even, again, I'm not really trying to win. I'm just playing. I'm kind of looking for Elodie. I'm kind of not. Okay. Yeah, I see why the hit and run, because now I want to go injure, I want to go deep wound as many people as possible right now. Unless you're going to be absolutely free. That, because again, this is wasting time from, this is slug design. Kind of. He encourages you to hit people while he's enraged. That's very up. Okay, his movement's actually very good. Let me whack this real quick. That was bullshit. That hit was bullshit. He's got bullshit hitboxes. Like, that is not even low key. Like, that was bullshit hit. Yeah, I feel like survivors hate this. Now, okay, now I'm getting used to him. No, that was a bullshit hit. If you play Survivor, that must be there. Yeah, they're not gonna like that one fucking bit. I still don't like that. No, yeah, this is Survivors aren't gonna like this at all. Again, that doesn't mean he's good either, by the way. That just means Survivors aren't gonna like him. He's got a lot of, like, free stuff. Oh, they're all over here. See, like, now I want to go over here and try to hit tap. Oh my god, he can hit over the pallets? Yeah, they aren't gonna like that either. They also aren't gonna like that he gets that cooldown for 3. Yep, they ain't gonna like that. Yeah, he's good. Okay, but it's like, okay, I don't need to do slide tech to tell you guys he's good. He's A tier. Is he as good as Nurse? No. Like, I saw that flying around a little bit. Absolutely not. I'm shutting down the better than Nurse discussion. That's not a thing. His enraged is very friendly. The fact that he gets that very quickly is that's very killer player friendly. You're gonna see that take a nerf. Do his counterplay. He gets enraged very quickly. Like, what am I doing? He has too much mobility to be B tier. Wage, that's not B tier, bro. What I just did was not a B tier ability. That was bullshit. What I just did there was bullshit. Does his enrage? Is it though? I mean, kind of. When you're watching it, I'm gonna explain to you why survivors hate him. When you're watching him play, it doesn't look fair. Oh, he's in the locker. I think he's definitely A tier. He has too much movement. His cancel looks really solid. I don't even know like how good he is. When he gets going though, that's not H. That's not B tier wage. That's not. No. He's got too much movement. I'm sure he has. If he is B, I'm just gonna grant that to you. If he's B, he's top of it. And he can attack at the hook. That's solid. Yeah, he can't down people, admittedly, but like him being able to get over to, because I could have canceled that and maybe gotten something better. I can hit him over the power, but I can't down him there. I can't down him there. Right now, I'm still gonna say A. But again, like, here's the thing. It's like, yeah, you're playing bots. I know I'm playing bots, but I'm also not good either. So, I'm assuming that the killer is also better than the team when I do this. Like, I'm assuming that like a mastery of the character. With his movement, I just can't see B. I can't see it. That's just me right now, though. Like, B is like shit slinger, unless the game is power crept that much. Get that deep wound on him. I can stop and hit this because I'm gonna get my movement back and be able to catch up to him immediately so I can proc eruption. That's good perk synergy. Oh, hold on, I heard him behind me. That's not B tier, bro. What I just did was not B tier. I know she was already injured, but like, so like it. But again, I need to work on this cancel shit. But again, it's like, even if I'm playing someone that knows how to deal with them, I also am not good with them yet. I like real player interaction. That's an interesting idea. It's been a while since we've done a Kill Your Friends. Because I'd like to watch, I would actually like to see him play against real players. And I don't play enough anymore to do this. Like, I don't know what the community's doing with him. I don't. I can't pretend to know this shit anymore. I'm very out of touch, and I don't play anymore. I'm literally just, I'm being very speculative. That doesn't leave, but again, like, what I'm seeing on paper is, like, that doesn't leave a lot of room for counters. Does anybody else agree with Wage that he's B? And if so, why? Because, like, what is the counterplay? They gave that to me. That was very generous. Like what were we talking about with the counterplay? Like what is that? Tight him in a loop? It feels like character master. He should be able to like do something about that. I just cut her off from God Palette. I get with coup de grace, this is a down. I guess it's not without it though. Oh, I need to aim higher. As he can't down with power. That is a flaw that is valid. And it's designed to be that way. They're never gonna fix it. How does he deal with these jungle gyms? What? But again, he isn't like standard M1. He's got the cancel. Can he actually wait? I can. He can cancel. He can cancel without being enraged. Does being enraged give him faster cancels? Does that help him in any way? Always cancel the leap when sliding. But what? It seems like you want to be abusing that. Again, these are just bots, obviously. But okay, we definitely got more of a feel for him there. Because I want to do the second hit. I want to like to swing around a little more. You want to do the always cancel when they're injured. No, Legion's cancel isn't even close. The reason people are perfect timing helps his cooldowns. Does that Neon? Is that true? When he is enraged, is his cooldown shorter? Again, I don't play anymore, guys. So I like when I say I'm out of touch, I'm completely out of touch. It's good as pressure. Actual damage. Correct. Okay, listen. Here, do you want to know why his power doesn't down you? Would you like to know why his power doesn't down you? Because if his power down you, he would be the second best killer in the game, if not the best. Because look, objectively looking at it, his movement is faster than the nurse's, and it is smoother. He'd be S tier. If his power downed you, he would be S tier. A perfect mark helps his cooldown. So all Enrage does is give him a third leap. It doesn't affect his cooldowns in any way. Okay, let's try to get a win against real players. Now I'm more comfortable. I'm not good, I'm not good, but I'm more comfortable now. If he would be the best killer, he would be the best killer in the entire game if he downed you with his power. The mathematical movement of his board pressure combined with how easy it is to actually hit them, he would be the best killer in the entire game if he downed you with his power. Dude, it was on. He's easier on console than you think. Auto aim was for console players. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that take 100%. Auto aim is for console. Let's get Surge in there over Corrupt. He doesn't need Corrupt. He's moved too fast. The coup de grace, though, people say he doesn't need coup. I guess if you have perfect positioning. I could see coup de grace being like good for him on console, though. Indoor maps screw his movement. True. But indoor maps screw everybody. We do not have time for Kill Your Friends today. I have $300 riding on this basketball shit tonight, so I'm gonna be going to watch that. Maybe we'll do it next weekend. Maybe we will do a Ghoul Kill Your Friends next weekend, and I want people that say he's B tier there too, because I do want to see the issues that everyone's talking about. Running him on an indoor map. Okay, listen, I feel like I might be the only one who does this. I don't consider indoor maps part of the game. I don't consider indoor maps part of the game. They're anti-Dead by Daylight. I don't consider them real maps. I really don't. I never have. They're not real maps. They're not. If somebody wants to explain why an indoor map is a real map, I'm listening. But to me, they're so anti-Dead by Daylight. They're so anti-killer. I don't even consider them real maps. They would not be legal in a tournament setting. It doesn't matter which tier he is. That's true. He'll be C tier when he is nerfed. You underestimate behavior's ability to destroy something. Behavior will try your build. Hey, it's better than Scott's. It's better than Scott's. I can't see anything lower than A. I can't. This is the reason why killers with tons of experience, with 3-figure win streaks will lose to a single map offering. Yeah, it's indoor. Indoor maps are not a part of the game. I mean, it obviously depends on how big the nerf is. True, but like, here's the stuff that is undeniable. Mathematically, some of the best movement in the entire game. The only killer that kind of beats him out is a well set up unknown, because unknown can actually be at point A to point B immediately. You'll see him as lower than A. I don't know about that though, because again, the state of the game is so bad right now that if he's struggling against the team, then everyone else is lost a long time ago. If he's struggling, Michael Myers is lost already. It all comes down to slide tech, in all honesty. If his players can like break him at shit, and figure out how to slide up and do perfect cancels. Like, again, 20XX Tokyo Ghoul is, when everybody's injured, the power is still... Here's why he's not standard M1. Because the argument against him, oh, he's standard M1 killer when they're injured. Okay? No, Legion is standard M1 killer. Because the powers canceling is, like, worthless. Legion's Frenzy has no application... Listen, Legion's Frenzy has no application beyond deep wounding them. That is not true with this power. And again, I suck. I suck and can tell you that. I suck and can tell you that. I don't know, Neon seems to know what he's talking about if he's still here. I suck, and I can tell you immediately just by looking at this that his power is usable for second hits. You have to just be good with it, though. You have to know, okay, this is what the play is here. Did you see how I cut her off from God Palette? The bot, Jess. But did you see how I cut the God Palette off from the Survivor and had to cancel? Again, that's really good. Now again, Made for This is in the game and people are running it everywhere right now to exploit that further. Made for This ain't going to be there forever. It ain't going to be there forever. And if you run shit like, I don't know. Another question mark is play with your food. You say, oh, it's obviously an offensive action. Everything Vecna does, listen, everybody, if anybody doesn't remember this, everything that Vecna does is not considered an offensive action. I don't think he'd have play with your food synergy, but he doesn't need play with your food synergy. There's a bunch of haste perks in the game right now. Do you agree that the auto aim is BS design? Yes. You go back and watch that match we had against the bots. I said that several of my hits were bullshit. Several of my hits were bullshit. I said like 4 of those hits were bullshit and I wasn't really aiming there. But again, let's go back to the survivors. Why do the survivors hate him? The guaranteed first hits, he has high mobility, lots of pressure. And I could see him being able to control the pace of a match. He's got slowdown with the deep ones. If this guy can fly around everywhere and like... If this guy can fly around everywhere and injure 3 people at the start of the game and have them all deep wounded, and he's got 3 bleeps as soon as he hits one guy, he can fly around the whole map really fucking quick. Bro, that's like His early game pressure is phenomenal. You know he can vault pallets, yes. But that didn't seem to be that great. That seemed to be one of the weaker aspects of the kit. Positioning is he can mark somebody. He can mark someone. Neon, you seem to know what you're talking about. I can just tell right away you're a guy who knows what he's talking about. He can mark someone behind cover. Yes. And again, I'm not good anymore, Mr. Neon. I hope you feel like I know what I'm talking about. Again, you seem new. I don't think you've ever been in my chats before. You don't know how this shit goes. But we're very anti the state of the direction of the game right now. Isn't shitty. His vault in Rage isn't shitty. I haven't vaulted while enraged yet. I have not vaulted while enraged yet. So I don't know what that looks like. And again, I've tried. It seems like to be like a timing thing or something. I vaulted without it and it didn't seem to do much for me. But I guess when he's enraged, it's better. Which that would help him get second hits too. But it seems to me, after one match against real people, where it was my first game, we got crushed, and then one match against the bot where we figured things out, it seems like he wants to be hitting you, with using his high movement to pressure the gens, and then using positioning to get the second hit. You use positioning to get the second hit. With the power. You don't just straight up play. If you are playing him as an M1 killer on your second hit, which I will probably do in this game, because I'm not good, but if you are playing him using M1 purely to get the second hit, you're not playing him right. The power is very much a part of how you secure downs. You have to use positioning. Weaker coding play. You're talking, but Dion knows coding, bro. You can smack them because of weaker coding, but like, I still think, again, the way that they explain it is garbage. Some things are still true here. The way that the power is explained to the player is still terrible, and which I've had that issue a lot. That was a bad one. Okay, so like we want to like. That was a hit. And everybody, I just want everybody to know I'm trash. I would like to keep reiterating that. Now, like, me being trash actually helps with some arguments here. Okay, I want to see if we can, like, get her. Oh, I would have had to, like... I don't think we just get her. That's why I'm not using the power. It looks like we just get her. We want to find people. We're enraged. If we can. Huh. Okay, let's just take this hook. We're not really finding anybody. Infectious Fright might be good on this character. I mean, it's a bad perk, but, like, he could probably use it to do something. She should have just played that loop instead of holding W. Agree. I agree with that 100%. She should have played that loop. But I think that survivor seems weak, so I don't think we're going to get much at her. These guys definitely seem weaker than our first, that first team we played. Let's get rid of this. These guys are weak. A gen should have fallen. He could go through shit. He gets hits that, like, you feel like you shouldn't get. Because he goes through shit. Trying to find the Elodie to tunnel her out, but I don't know if she's here or not. We still have options. Ah, bad. See, I had a red symbol there for a little bit. Yeah, well, he's not by a gen, that's like done. Again, okay, I just got her with the power without needing to do anything. I just got... Did you see that? That was a power hit. See, I wanted to cancel it there. I wanted to cancel that. The correct play was to, like, cancel that and try to... Nice. Slug her. Smack this. Is that rain? They're very friendly. They let you use the power by the hook. We're saving the Shen. Canceled the power right there. Actually, he's healthy. We didn't have to do that. Make sure that Jen is regressing. That's the play. They're very friendly with the power by the hook. Do the pain reso trade here. Keep that Gen regressing as much as possible. It's like almost full. Get the injure. Bad. That was a bad one. Oh, it wasn't terrible. We're adapting here. Okay, we still know where everybody is. She's down. The David did not come forward. She's dead on hook. So we can go ahead and get rid of her. No, this guy's a beast, bro. And again, I feel like the debate that we're having isn't really going to ever be solved because they're going to nerf him. They're going to nerf him. This killer's getting nerfed. There's no way he's not. Oh, wow, they hit me. That was bullshit, bro! Did you see that? He wasn't even in our crosshair! This guy's a menace. I don't know where she is. She's over here. This guy's a fucking menace, bro. There she is. Want to see if we can, like, get her at the pallet. Again, he's kind of weaker there. That tile has some ceiling. That was a bad one. We're gonna get her. Oh, we fucked up. That was on me. Oh, no, never mind. We got her. Now we're gonna leave her. She's at shack. We don't like that positioning. Hi. That was like, oh, hi. No, this guy's nuts, dude. They're doing some boil over Swift shit. I think we make this. Now again, I'm not going to pretend these guys are the second coming of Jesus survivors. She couldn't vault the pallet there, did you see that? If anyone says this guy is M1, they're crazy. She couldn't vault that. If she vaulted that, we had her. Now, she could have punished us by probably being a little smarter after we whiffed. But, like, the vault there was not an option, and she knew it. This guy is not M1 for hit 2. He is not M1 for hit 2. He's not. Take the injure there. Get the deep wound on her. Or she's going to give us the down. Okay. These guys are not, there's at least a 2-man in here. And again, they're not good. I'm not going to say they're good, they're not. Well, I'm showing you the killer on paper. These guys are not good. I'm not pretending they're good. So let's see. He played that terribly. Oh, he had dead hard. That's why. Again, these guys are not the second coming of Jesus. That was a bullshit hit. No, I mean no. These guys weren't good. I'm not gonna say they were good. They weren't. That was a bullshit hit. That was objectively. We've had several hits this match that were crap. It's so smooth. Yeah, this is he's gonna get nerfed, guys. Not yet. He's gonna be there. Oh, she had buckle up too. Hi. You get nothing. You get nothing! Oh, I missed. If you're gonna be boil over from it, we're just gonna leave you slug the whole match. Actually, we'll let it break out again. Oh wait, no, there's a hook right there. She ain't breaking out of shit. Do you see how quickly we close it? He's not pure M1 hit 2. He's not. If you think he's pure M1 hit 2, you don't know what you're doing. PS4. Anyone that says he's M1 hit 2 is bad at Dead by Daylight. That was a stomp. And again, those guys weren't good, but that's what you expect against garbage. Excuse me? At least we can He's not pure M1 against. He's not pure M1. This killer's really good. He's the best killer in the game. I'm not gonna say that. No, those guys, GG. Yeah, we played well. Again, we played well there. Against bad, they were bad. But again, against bad players, that's what good killers do. That's what good killers do against bad players is stop them, and that's exactly what he did. If we were fucking Legion there, I bet they make it to like 1 gen. No, he's not the best killer in the game. He is not the best killer in the game. No. Nurse is yet to be dethroned, and she never will. The only actually wait, Nurse was dethroned. I still think pre-patch Spirit was better. When Nurse was nerfed and Spirit was at her best, Spirit was the best. I'll never change my mind on that. And the reason I'll never change my mind on that is because Spirit could just coordinate Swift with her phase noises. She can make Swift she had an easier time forcing an error out of Swift that would make her the best. That is the argument. Not even that she was more lethal than Nurse, just that she was more versatile in the 1v4. That's why she was better back in the day. Now Nurse is better again because Spirit is gone. Yeah, Spirit is dead. Spirit now is a dead killer. There's no Spirit now, it's really funny. In 2025, there's no reason to play Spirit. Just play Dracula. No reason to touch Spirit. She's a dead killer, which is what we were talking about at the beginning of the video with our state of DVD address. How they just force you on modern killers to stay competitive. If you're a Spirit player, you have to switch to Dracula to stay competitive. They nerf Spirit and then they nerf. Even if Spirit was at her best, there's no reason to play her anymore. She's been power crept by Dracula completely. They forced. If you are a Spirit player playing to win, you force. You've been now forced onto Dracula to stay competitive against Swift. Obviously, you could use Spirit to be babies, but and even good team. Spirit isn't bad. Spirit isn't bad. Spirit is not bad. Spirit is not bad. Confusing good / lethality due to his fun factor. But it's like, wait, I'm not having fun. I'm playing Dead by Daylight. I'm not having fun. I'm not having any fun. The most fun I had during the stream was yelling for the first hour of it. And not even playing. I'm not having fun. I'm starting, like, okay, first match didn't make any sense. We played against the bots. We figured out what the fuck we were supposed to do. Come in for game 3, dogpile on shit, which we did. He doesn't need corrupt. He's too fast. Doesn't need it. He can get around the board extremely quickly, as well as injure very quickly, which means he can set himself up to pick a moment very quickly. And again, he's not pure M1. He's not pure M1. He is not a pure M1 killer. I never want to hear that ever again. Play him for 3 matches, you know he's not M1 for hit 2. If you would like to see how bad pure M1 is, play Skull Merchant or Legion. That's what pure M1 looks like. Pure M1 is Skull Merchant and Legion and Trapper with no traps nearby. Or Wraith in Chase. That's pure M1. This is not pure M1. You need to be positioning and using your power to do shit. To move around the board. And again, even if you don't like what you see, if the guy's hugging a good tile that you're not that good at, then you leave. Honestly, you know who's dead now? The more I think about him, I've seen this. This isn't entirely an original thought. This isn't an entirely original thought, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You know who he's both better. I think he's better than. He's better. Okay, let's actually not say better because I don't know 100%. But you know who he actually reminds me of? Everyone's saying Legion, and again I've seen this before too. Wesker. He's Wesker without the skill ceiling. He's Wesker with no skill cap. And again, I'm sure there is. Once you start, when you start using skill expression on him, I'm sure he can do some pretty wicked things too. But Wesker, unless you're like top percent and can do all the tech, he's worthless. Wesker is worthless without the tech. He's not worthless without the tech. He's not worthless with no tech. Wesker with no tech is worthless. There's no point. Every time you want to play Wesker, you should just play this character. There's no objective reason to play Wesker except for the maybe top percent Wesker is better. Maybe. Even then, it's so close. Even then, here's the thing. Pretend you think Wesker is better. Pretend you think top percent Wesker is better than top percent Ghoul-ASS. Sure. I'll go ahead and concede the point that Wesker is better. Even still, there's no reason to touch Wesker ever again if you're 99% of the player base. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, do you want to hear my schedule again? I told my schedule. I talked about my schedule about 50 minutes into the stream. You want to know my schedule? I get up at 6 a.m. I go to work, and then after work, I work. As soon as work is over, I go work out. I come home. It's 6 p.m. When I get home, I shower, and then I write until bed. I shower, eat dinner, and then I write until bed. I work every second of the day. Apart from like 2 hours. 2-3 hours. I'm working every second of the day. Wesker can still doubt survivors with his power. But that's the thing. Okay. When you say down with the power, here's what the misconception is. When you say down with the power, you are referring to an M2 hit. Just because the ghoul does not get M2 hits does not mean you're not getting down by his power. It's considered by the game to be an M1 hit, yes. It is considered by the game to be an M1 hit. But the fact is that the power is used to set up the M1 hits through canceling. Close the whole W gap with the ability, do an effective cancel, position yourself right where you need to be, and get them with the M1 that would not have been possible without the power. He is not M1 at all. Just because he's pressing M1 to get the down does not make him an M1 killer. An M1 killer is Trapper, it is Wraith, it is fucking Skull Merchant, it is Ghostface, it is Michael Myers. If Ghoul leaps at you, cuts you off, and downs you, he downed you with M2. Neon just gets it. Neon's the guy, bruh. Neon, I want to keep you around. You should subscribe and be a part of this community. I don't know if you've been in here under a different name before. This is the first time I'm seeing you. I think you should stick around for a little bit. I'm an acquired taste. I don't know if you've been around here too long. Again, this seems like this is the first time I've seen you. I don't know if you've watched some shit of mine in the past, but I think you should stick around here and be a part of this shit, bruh. If the ghoul is cutting you off, he downs you with M2. He's downing you with M2. Just because he swings with the M1 does not mean it's an M1 down at all. And I'm saying this as somebody that can't fucking play him. I haven't played. I played the ghoul for. I played the ghoul for 3 matches, one of which was against bots. The way that he downs you with the power is to position and cancel, and which is very doable. It's very doable, even if they're good. Because again, even if they're good, because I'm assuming, I'm gonna say Mr. Neon down there, who's played him for hours, he's more capable of getting players that are good with him. It is a very much an interaction that you over the killer have the control. Saying he's M1 is an insult to M1 killer. It is. But again, my main point here is that if you, even if you believe to cancel, it's doable, and I'll beat you rock in the middle of the ring. Get you right here in the middle of this ring. But again, but the main point I was talking about is, even if you believe that top percent Wesker is better than top percent Ghoul, again, when you work 12 hours a day, and then you come home at night and you say, I'm going to play Dead by Daylight for 2 hours and just play some matches. You're going to play Wesker and go, this killer feels clunky and like shit. Then you play Ghoul, he feels a lot smoother, you're getting more hits. Who is that person going to be inclined to play more often? Who is providing the dopamine in that situation? Which I guess, again, it's the fun factor that Wade was talking about. But which killer provides the dopamine? Which killer you're like, better Blight? See, I'm not going to say that yet. Because I can't play Blight for shit, so I don't want to disrespect his players by just calling this guy better right away. I'm a big fan of the veteran's advantage, where if something has been in the game, I don't just immediately say something new is better. But I can easily, but again, the same thing for Blight. Why the fuck play Blight? Why the fuck play Blight, bro? This killer's gonna get played out the ass, because why play other characters in the game? Why learn Wesker when Ghoul exists? Why learn Blight when Ghoul exists? You get access to at least 85% of their tech in a day. You get access to 85% of their tech in a day, and you have auto aim, so it's much freer. Why play these two, bro? Why waste your time setting up a board with demo trash when you can do that? The killers, yeah, listen. Here's the thing about the killer community. I'm gonna tell you something about killers, and we all know it because we're a part of the killer community. Killers aren't gonna run on social media and tell you when their shit is good. Never. It has to survive. It has to survive longer than 6 months. If we go tell you that it's broken, if every killer in the world comes out and says, yeah, our shit's really good, you're gonna get nerfed in 2 months. You're gonna get hotfixed in a week. You're gonna get hotfixed in 3 weeks, right? They're not nerfing him right now because he's gonna be their cash cow. And again, killers are telling you with what Random Guy says. They're telling you with the player base. They're telling you with the queue times. The killer's been out for almost a week, and queue times are still out the ass. They're telling you everything you need to know by the fact that they're on the game playing. Hell, when Howmaster came out and she was a buggy mess, I didn't touch her. But the shit had a reputation that made me come on in less than a week. Killer players tell you when their shit is good through playing the game and being on. They don't have to go on the forums and tell you. And again, if you have I will always continue to say this. It does not take talent to play Dead by Daylight. It doesn't. This game, everyone wants to talk about the skill ceiling of this game and how and how everything needs to be super skillful, blah 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 blah. Everybody likes to say that. This is an insult to gaming. Dead by Daylight, in terms of skill, and skill expression, is an insult to gaming. I played fighters, if y'all remember, Injustice, Smash. I play games that actually required skill. You can't pick up Smash in a day. You can't pay Ghoul after 3 games and do 40% of his tech immediately. You can't pick up Pac-Man and do 40% of his tech immediately. You can't. You can do that with Ghoul. I feel like I'm 30% of the way there already. And again, you're probably thinking I'm sitting here shitting on the killer. I like the killer. I like the killer. I like this killer. I like him better than Houndmaster. And I liked Houndmaster. I like him better than Houndmaster, Dracula, Vecna, who I also like. I like him better than Unknown. I don't know about Chucky. Alien, Trashalarity, Skull Merchant, Knights, Wesker, Dredge, Sadako. Sadako's just M1 for the most part. This is actually my favorite killer they've released in a long time. But like, Alien got buffed. I'll have to reread those patch notes. But again, this is to kind of wrap this up here, because I do need to get going here soon. I got to start thinking about freshening up before I go out today for these basketball games. The changes made it easier to pub stomp, yeah, I'm sure. But to kind of wrap all this up, or where we kind of started, the killer, again, he's a part of the trend we were talking about at the top of the video, where they are actually letting the killers be a little bit stronger than they were having in the past, and this is a trend that's going. But in compensate, they're nerfing your perks. The perks are in the shitter right now. Perks are in the absolute shitter, and any Swift can deal with you right now. Because again, I don't know if Wage is still here. Wage, another issue that you have with the game, I swear to God, it's the base of the game. It's the base of the game. The game Dead by Daylight for the killers is not in a healthy position right now. I've been saying this for years. Ever since, again, taking it back to the top of the video, as soon as Otts got the healing changes bitched out, that's when the game died. And as soon as Patrick left the company, that's when the game died. The game is not healthy. So, again, if you want to sit here and say this guy does not beat top percent Swift, the game is bad. It never has been. Yes, fair. Fair. Absolutely accurate analysis that it's never been healthy. But this is one of the this Dead by Daylight is one of the worst Dead by Daylight states in a long ass time. But again, if you play killers like this, you're not going to even realize that, and that's the intention. That's the intention. Again, combined with the fact that they're making the matchmaking worse. Again, when they nerf camping and tunneling again, by the way, in July, because that's coming. When they nerf camping and tunneling again, they're also putting a matchmaking fix in there. What do you think that matchmaking fix is there to do? Do you think it's there to get better games? Do you think it's there to make your matches more accurate? No. The reason that they're putting a matchmaking adjustment in with the camping and tunneling nerfs is because you're going to get fucking destroyed, so they're pushing more bad players up, and everybody that's smart knows it. The MMR system, in quotation marks, is not true MMR anymore. It has not been since Patrick left the company. And if you're smart, you know that. As soon as Patrick walked out the door, MMR went with him. The system that is in the game right now is not MMR. It is not MMR. It is not MMR. It is better than the rank-based matchmaking system of old. It will still give you more accurate matches, where if you rank up, you will start to consistently play slightly better players. Yes. Yes. It's just a stuff that every... But that's already announced, Herman. We already know that. That's how it is. We already know that. It's not that we suspected it. That was confirmed, wasn't it? I thought that was already confirmed. I'll have to go back and, like, go through my MMR videos again. But I thought that was already confirmed. I thought every killer already had their own rating. I'll have to go back and I don't think that's right, Herman. I'll have to go back and check the videos, though. I suspect it's there to make it intentionally worse, to combine with the fact that they're going to nerf you again. Because they want to push more babies up into your games for balance reasons. That's what I think it is. I guess we'll see in July. Shut up, Tokyo Ghoul. Not every killer has the same MMR, but the other killers aren't near your... I'll have to go through this shit again. Maybe I will just, like, maybe I'll throw on some of my old content while I'm at work, just to kind of see... Just to kind of see if there is anything that was ever said about it. Yeah, it sounds like... Hey, I didn't throw up yesterday, I threw up last week. I threw up last Sunday night at 3 in the morning. I just woke up and randomly puked. I took that day off because I puked. I didn't know how bad it was. But, the guys haven't talked about MMR since Patrick left because there is no MMR anymore and they don't want you to know what it is. They don't want you to know anything about it, bro. Because the more, here's the thing, the more visible it is, the more you know it's bullshit. The more visible it is, the more you know it's crap. The thing with the rank system, here's the thing with the rank system. It was so visibly crap and everybody knew it. Everybody knew it was crap just by looking at it. This is in the background being crap, so you can't tell. It's very, and again, it will sometimes produce, it also produces better matches than the rank system did. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't remember how bad the rank-based system was, you really need to relearn how bad that was. I still sometimes see that. People want to go back to the ranks. You don't want the ranks back, bro. The thing that is in the game right now is still infinitely better than the ranking system, specifically because of the fact it's fairer to the killers. If you played Leatherface or Hillbilly in the old system and got an instant down with your power, you were punished by the emblem system. Because you lost chaser points. Because the chaser system, even though it said it favored shorter chases, favors longer ones. You lost on blood point brutality actions. Because you got less hits. You hit them once, not twice. Also, the way to play Leatherface was to camp. Still kind of is. Camp. Which means if you played the killer optimally, you lost Devout. If you played as Plague, you would remember 3K'ing and still D-ranking. You'll remember the fucking horror stories of the emblem system. And then it was fairer, it was much more lenient if your name was the Legion, who could get a 1 or 0K and still get Brutal Killer. Because he ran around, initiated many chases, got a lot of hits with his power, and the games were kind of long if they were not swift, vice versa. If you don't understand why the emblem system had to go, you don't understand the game at all. I don't ever want to hear bring back the emblem system. MMR's not even MMR anymore, so bring back the emblem system. No. The emblem system is dead, and it should stay dead. And again, see, here's another thing people don't understand. Seeing their MMR doesn't matter. I don't know what... Choi railed the community to clog the support system by... But, okay, great. That doesn't matter, because it matters who you're being matched with. Seeing your own MMR doesn't do anything. You need your own MMR in combination with who you're being matched with. So if your MMR on the killers is 3,300 and you're matching against people that are 1,500, that's a fucking problem. Which is what's happening, you just can't see it. That's what's going on. You just don't see that. You can't see that's what's going on, but that's what's going on. Because if you saw it, you would be bitching. If the survivors that have 1,500 MMR saw they were against a ranked 3,300 MMR killer, they would bitch. If you as the killer saw that that was why you won, you would bitch. They don't want you to bitch, bro. And it's doing exactly what they want you to do because you're not bitching about it. No one's bitching about it. And that's what they want. They want it to be bad, and they don't want you to know how bad it is because then they'll have to change it. When all it's there to do is artificially inflate the kill rates just like it's always been there to do that. So they don't have to fix the game. Your kill rates will stay good no matter how bad the game gets because of the matchmaking system. It's the same song and dance we have been singing for 5 fucking years. And I'm done singing it. I'm done singing it, bro. Let somebody else sing it. I've sung it before. My vocal cords are distraught. I'm done singing it. I gotta go write. I got 4 stories out on the fucking... I got 4 published stories. I got 3 more works in progress and a series of novels I need to get done before I'm dead. I don't have time to rail about how bad the matchmaking of this game is anymore. People like Otts and Scott would be exposed. Yes, that would, I mean, that's a good idea. But, like, still... If there was a way to see your own MMR, it doesn't even really matter because of who you're playing against. What really matters is who you're playing against. If you can't see Otts and Scott Judd suck, you're not good at the game anyway. I'm not even gonna harp on Otts. If you can't see Scott Judd is bad at Dead by Daylight, you don't know the game anyway. I don't need to see Scott Judd's MMR to know he sucks. I don't need to see Otts' MMR to know he sucks. I know Otts sucks because AQ beat his ass and camped him out with the fucking clown. That's why I know Otts sucks. I know Scott Judd is bad because he had a 25-minute match against Freddy Krueger on fucking a Wage of Slug build. That's why I know Scott Judd's bad. And I know Scott Judd is bad because of his takes. He has all the takes the bad players have. So he's bad. It's very simple. Life is very simple, bro. Not everything is like... Not everything has 55 alternative meanings. Sometimes it's just life is very, very simple. Scott Judd has the same takes that all the bad players have because he's bad. Not because he's like some top percent brain trying to mingle with the commoners and see their points of view. He has the same takes all the commoners have because he's a commoner. He's a peasant. He milks cows and drinks their... He milks cows and fills pig slop. That's what he does. I'm sure he did. I don't remember one of my subscribers beating Otts, but I'm sure they did. Bro, listen, we're a small community, sure, but Rage made Otts rage quit. Again, that Scott Judd match you had, it was long, right? If I'm remembering correctly, you got a lot of downs in that fucking match. I haven't watched the match since it happened, but you got a lot of downs in that fucking match. If I'm remembering it right. But like, that's why I can tell you they're bad because they have bad takes. It's not all black and white. It's not. It's not. Because again, there's things like the Skull Merchant, which were objectively like fair, but they were trash and needed to go away. Like what Skull Merchant, when Skull Merchant was objectively okay power wise. She was like a B, low A, somewhere in that range, but she had to go. She got nerfed because she had to go. That's why she was nerfed. I am upset with this rework they're giving her, with like the drones that are being used to like hit. It seems very lazy. I wanted them to make her a Death Garden killer, if anybody remembers. I never made that video. I started to take notes for it, but like I never ended up making that one. That was kind of a cut project. But I wanted them to make her a Death Garden killer. Saying she's the pinnacle of design. Yeah, sure. Disingenuous streamers. I just want MMR to be visible. But it's like, again, I can't even promise my MMR would be that good because I'm a variety killer. If it's like, I don't even know how it would work. I don't care. Because again, what max MMR is in this game is like 1500 or whatever the fuck. It's a soft cap. So it's like if you beat somebody, if your MMR is 3300 and you beat somebody who is trash and your MMR goes up, it's not even accurate anymore. It was accurate when Patrick was in the company. If everyone's MMR was released tomorrow, I would still say the system doesn't work. I would still say it doesn't work, and it's not an accurate reflector of your skill. Because I don't think the number means as much anymore. It would do that on surface level, I guess. And like, how does it work when you don't play for a little bit? Because again, I'm not very good anymore. Is my MMR still high? Because I was better 2 years ago, and I played every week, right? And I played multiple times a week. I used to play like multiple times a week. Is my MMR still high, or does it lower because I haven't been playing anymore? Or is my MMR low because I haven't been playing? And again, there's that confidence level that they talked about too, right? There's that confidence level factor that which is kind of what I just said. Are they showing the confidence level as well? There's other factors besides. If they revealed your number tomorrow, it still wouldn't mean jack shit. It would be. It's a very surface level way of saying people are good and bad. Because there's the confidence level. There's the factor again of like me. I'm not good anymore. I don't play. So is my MMR low? Or is my twins' MMR kind of high because I used to play them back in the day, and I don't really touch them anymore, right? Remember when I used to beat Swift with twins and have like 30-minute matches in the MMR days with twins? Is my twins' MMR still high, or did I stop playing them so it's bad? Now I don't know how it works. If they just showed you the system tomorrow without explaining anything, it wouldn't mean anything. There's too many other things in play. And then again, who you're beating to raise it also doesn't mean anything. Because again, if the cap is 1,500 and you are 3,300 and you're beating 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500 to make it go up, those points don't mean shit. Does everybody agree on that? If your MMR is like 5,000 and you're beating 1,800 MMR people to make that MMR go up, that MMR you just gained doesn't mean anything? I think everybody can see that without me having to explain that why that doesn't work. Yeah. So I'm not going to insult your intelligence by doing that. I think the system is dead. And they killed it on purpose. They're never going to do it. And they're going to hide behind toxicity. But it doesn't matter. Even if they did, it doesn't matter. I 100% believe that. I have no faith in the system's accuracy anymore. And again, I lost that years ago. Do you know why I know the system isn't accurate? Because of the changes we're getting. Because of the changes that we've gotten. You can see that the system doesn't work anymore because we've gotten no good changes. Correct. If everyone got matches with people on their level, this game would die faster. Yes. That's why Patrick's system was so perfect. Patrick's system gave you consistently harder games where if you were good, you experienced more ties. Does everybody remember this? When Patrick's system was in the game, you would, if you were good at this game, because again, if you were good at the game, you experienced more ties. They didn't outright kill you with Swift every single match, but it wasn't free anymore. That's what the difference is. That's why Patrick's system was so well designed. Behavior were threatening legal action because they're a bunch of pussies. But it's like, I know that's true because I've had completely unrelated conversations years later about Patrick's system where people say, hey, I remember tying a lot during that system. Yeah, that was my experience too. I remember Ghostface, we like tied all day with him once. And again, that wasn't top percent MMR. Because if you're tying as Ghostface against people, those people you're facing are not top percent. Because top percent beats Ghostface in 5 minutes. At, like, most. Top percent beats Ghostface in 5 minutes at most. get their shit together. No, honestly, you guys want to know how I feel about that? The only way this game is dead. It's time for Dead by Daylight 2. It's time for Dead by Daylight 2. The reason they don't want to do that is because then they'll lose all their licenses and have to renegotiate. That's why they don't want to do that. But this game is a bad canvas. It's got bad internal coding from the ground up. So it needs to just be recoded and rebuilt from the ground up and try again. But they don't want to do that because they have a good thing going and they don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk it for the biscuit. Money's more important than game health. Money's more important than game health. Always has been, always will be. There's nothing you can do about it. BRB, lads. Michael Gardner, this is the only game Behavior's ever made any money off of. Correct. Hey, if y'all want to see a couple of Behavior's other games, I don't even know if they have any on the App Store anymore. But I was going through, I was gonna review every game they ever made. I got to two of them. I got to that a shitty golf game they made, and then I reviewed the Game of Thrones app. Really bad. Really bad. Casuals could still play Trash Killers because they do not mind sucking and giving people free escapes. Yeah. It's just... the game is polluted, bro. And again, I'm going to say what I said at the top of the video. You've already lost. The fight's over. As soon as Patrick left the company, you lost the fight. If I don't want to go against Swifts, comp Swifts, my only option is to either run meta or don't play the game. Yeah. And when you run meta and it works, it gets nerfed. Yeah. Just the game's compromised, bro. But the main idea here is the state of Dead by Daylight is it's compromised. It's over. It's over. The game is over. And there's nothing else you could say, bro. The game is over. So, wrapping this up here, I know we only played 3 matches, and that's where we're going to leave it. But, I think that, because I want to play more matches, but I kind of don't have the time to. So, I'm going to do my shit. I'm going to start getting ready for my shit I got to do tonight. I'm going to probably write a little bit, too. I chop my session. I'm going to be able to do like an hour. But tonight, I think I'm going to come back on. The current plan right now is to come back on tonight and play more. And then next week, this is a very big if, but next week maybe we'll do a Kill Your Friends starring Ghoul. I'm actually interested in seeing what you guys can do with them. So, plan on a Kill Your Friends next Friday or Saturday. Currently, I'll post something in the middle of the week to see if it's still on. I gotta talk to this like girl I'm with and see if she wants to do anything, but I think that's the plan right now, because I do want to do a Kill Your Friends with and see what you guys can do with them. Because the thing about Howmaster is like, and maybe this can become a tradition too. Like if this, like maybe this can become a tradition, because I know I don't play as much anymore, but I know a lot of you, because there's a lot of you are still interested in how I feel about this game. So and I know people that only watch me cover the game these days because they don't trust anybody else to. And I love that about you guys, and I want to keep being that responsible little gamer that covers the game. And so if we did like a Kill Your Friends, that could like, because again, since I'm not great at this game anymore. Being able to still give you that high level exposure is very nice. So I think that's something we could definitely look into doing traditionally, and we could do a Kill Your Friends for like every future killer that comes out. I would be down for that. But expect another stream tonight. I know I've said that before and it doesn't happen, but expect another stream tonight is all I'm gonna say, because right now it's in the plans. I'm gonna set the time aside for it. I'm gonna try to write a little bit during this basketball so I get my goals done. But we'll see. Springtrap. Oh, we'll do one for Springtrap, bro. It'll be great. We'll all have fun. It'll all be fun, bro. Looking forward to speaking more wrestling too. We can do that, bro. We can do that in Discord too. Bro. It'll be fun. Alright, lads, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I got chicken coming to eat, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. GG's, boys. The 3 that we did.